Yo, what is up guys? Joker here bringing you another three-headed crafting video as a continuation to my three-headed crafting with my astral plate that had the explosion and the curse. With the traction that video got, it showed me that there was a necessity for this type of video to go ahead and show the streamlined version of how to craft some of these items in that easier, more cost-effective way, more streamlined way, right? So I've been looking around and I actually haven't seen a crafting guide on this lead. I have no idea why. I mean, there's probably guides of crafting like mirror tier boots, but I mean, this is going to be the step-by-step in the three-head version, going from pretty much the base all the way until, I guess, a mirror boot. I wouldn't really, well, yeah, maybe it might be a mirror boot, but you'll see what I mean when I get there. So if we go ahead and we jump into it, what it is going to show is a method that you may be able to use at the start of a league for a little bit of currency. It is going to be elusive boots. If you are one of the people to make it to tier 9, tier 10 maps super early, and you get redeemer boots that are at least eye level 75, then all you have to go ahead and do is jump into harvest. And as long as they don't remove the tag, you are going to be able to get elusive 100% of the time. And you don't have to worry about messing it up, right? Now, how is this going to be useful on boots themselves? You could probably roll until it hits something good with elusive. Most likely, you're going to just sell these, right? Or you're going to use them to craft. Elusive on its own is not that great, but it is the easiest way to get elevated elusive because you are going to spam it until you get another mod, as you see here, and then you would be able to just Maven orb it. Now, 100% of the time, I have no idea why you would do this because there are easier ways to get elevated elusive, but we'll get into that in a minute. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is going to be onslaught. The easiest way to get onslaught is, I guess you can go ahead and try the crit slam. It went ahead and I used one and it gave me onslaught and elusive, so that was pretty dope. But yeah, that's probably never going to happen in a normal circumstance. But if you do get onslaught, which you would go ahead and you would get by alteration spamming or fossil spamming with corroded and sanctified fossils, which is a 1 in 25, which doesn't guarantee a mod, so I wouldn't recommend that. But let's start here first real quick. If you do alteration spam, what you would have to do from that point is you would have to do suffix can't be changed, and then you would harvest slam it with the crit to get the elusive on the boots. From that point, you would be able to Maven Orb and elevate the onslaught. And that's essentially how you are going to go ahead and elevate the elusive and how you're going to elevate the onslaught respectively. Pretty much, you alteration spam for onslaught, you suffix can't be changed, and then you hit it with crit. With the crit elusive, you want to go ahead and crit can't be, you just want to crit slam it with harvest until you get at least 2 mods. Maven slam it, it's a 50-50, and that's how you're going to get elevated elusive. Now, if we go as a continuation, if you get boots like this, technically, I'd probably just sell them and have someone else do the 50-50, because the fact that it has onslaught right there as well makes it so you can have the potential of essentially elevating it without actually doing anything. So, but yeah. And especially since that was only one craft, that's why I would sell it. I would just sell it and buy more boots. But going on, we got the elevated onslaught, we got the elevated elusive. I showed how to get both of those. Now the next step is going to be the tailwind. The tailwind is going to be the same as the onslaught. You do have to alteration spam until you get a tailwind. That is the easiest way I've seen it. The other way that you can do it is you can do harvest and you can spam chaos. That is your best bet of getting tailwind with another mod. Chances are super low that you'll actually hit them, but it is something that you can do. But once you alteration spam tailwind, you want to go suffix can't be changed, you want to go harvest, you want to spam it with chaos, and then there is pretty much a 1 in 5 chance that you'll pretty much it's a 1 in 5 chance that you'll only get this, which pretty much then you have to do it again. But as you see, I got another hunter mod on there as well. So I am able to go ahead and just smack it with the Maven Orb and get the elevated tailwind. Now, we showed how to get elevated elusive, how to get elevated onslaught, and how to get elevated tailwind, right? Now, at any point, you can stop. At any point, once you have elevated tailwind and elevated onslaught, you can technically go ahead and just stop right here if you do want. You just stop right here, and at this point you would want to go ahead and use the Awakener's Orb, and you would slam the awakened tailwind onto the the elevated mods onto each other, and you would be able to go ahead and have the potential of getting those good other mods, right? At this point, you would want to do it on an item level 86 base because of the fact that that unlocks the T1 reses for you and T1 move speed. So you would want to do it on a level 86 base to ensure that. But from this point, technically what you can do is a couple of things. If you wanted to continue just from here and you didn't want to make these boots any better or any different, what you would do is you would do prefix, benchcraft, suffix can't be changed once again, and now it is dealer's choice. It is going to be essentially what you're trying to hit. If you want to hit move speed, then you will be able to go ahead and go into harvest, and you will be able to, I'll be right back. Alright, and like I said, before I had to go real quick, so it's essentially dealer's choice, right? With the 2 elevated mods and the 1 somewhat good prefix, with this not costing us that much currency, essentially what you could go ahead and do from this point is, with the suffix can't be changed, you can do the harvest and you can do speed, and you could try to hit good speed. And then, I mean, technically that's not terrible, right? It has evasion and ES T1, it has movement speed T1, and it has chaos gems T1. So that would be a decent pair of boots for people, as well as the fact that if you don't want it like that, you can go ahead and do the life, and the chance that you'll hit the life and the move speed is somewhat decent. Now, I know it would be better to do it on the 2-tone boots that give you armor and evasion compared to the ones that give you ES and evasion, but if I stop hitting T10 life, you'll be able to see that you might be able to hit something fucking decent, or not. I'm just going to continue to hit T10 life forever. Okay, you know what? Whatever. Whatever this one is. Yeah, there you go. Amazing boots. Or the other option of doing the AUG crit, and from this point, you would have to do the crit until you hit 2 modifiers. And with that, you would be able to go ahead and do the mod pool prefix. So let's say you hit 2 modifiers. Then you would be able to do the prefix can't be changed. I'm sorry, suffixes can't be changed. And then you would Maven Orbit. And that would essentially give you your 3rd elevation, right? You'd have elevated elusive, elevated onslaught, and elevated crit, with the suffix right here of suffixes can't be changed, giving you the ability to go ahead and essentially not only put on either move speed or life, you could literally just slam it at this point and see what you get if you wanted to do something like that, right? So, I mean, that was essentially my 3-head guide on how to craft triple elevated boots. Super easy, and not really that hard if you really think about it. It doesn't really take that much brain power to think about how to do it, as well as the stages in between wherever you can stop. You can stop at the boots that are just elusive and onslaught, and as well, or you can go trying to get better boots with like tier 1 res and stuff like that, can't be frozen, and then it still has another prefix that you could technically slam and try to get something good. Or I don't know if you'd be able to aisling it, but it should have a yeah, when it can't be done when it has a crafted modifier. So I'd have to take off my cannot be frozen. So let's do that real quick. And then with the aisling, you would have the potential of unveiling this. And bam. And then you would go ahead and put life on it at that point, right? Or cannot be frozen at that point. And it would be 30 move speed, extra move speed. Like, look how much move speed that is. It doesn't take very much brain power to do that, and you still have that open prefix where you can go ahead and put whatever you want on those boots. They're not that hard to craft. Honestly, a part of it is RNG. Most of it is going to be getting the elevated elusive and the elevated tailwind, just because you do have to alteration spam for those. So you can get unlucky, but besides that, it's perfectly fine and simple. Alright guys, well, if you liked the video, I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. And give me some ideas in the comments for something else you want to see me 3-head craft for you, to break it down to that simple method where it's kind of, crafting is easy, it just depends how you look at it, right? It does come down to experience and usage, but with the Craft of Exile tool, it does make it a lot easier to explain some things to you, where you can go ahead and go from the base of just the elusive all the way up to pretty like fucking god boots, right? Because, I mean, I don't even know what I'd sell these boots for. I technically probably wouldn't ever. I would just keep them just because I did hit the T1 LE res on it as well. That kind of does make it that much more valuable, right? That's complete luck that I hit that, but the fact that it was the T1 LE res with 3 elevated mods, the veiled 30% move speed with the move speed if you haven't been hit, and the elusive, like, those boots are insane. And yeah. Alright guys. Well, oh, and there's still a prefix for whatever you want. But yeah. Alright guys. Like I said, until next time, take care.